Welcome to the Crimson Engine. My name is 𝙍𝙁𝙄𝙄. Today we are talking about the new rumors flying about Canon's unreleased minicam, the C50. Now, this is the C70. It has the same sensor as the C300 Mark III. And with the speed booster, you can get the RF mount up to a full frame sized or close enough. So what a lot of people were expecting, myself included, was this same camera body, because camera bodies take a lot of time to develop, take a lot of time to test, and the more you make of them, the cheaper they are. So we were expecting the same camera body with a C200 sensor. Now, it looks like that it will have a C200 sensor, but it will be in a different shaped body, maybe even smaller than the Canon C70, something, the size of a fist. Having said that, it will still have internal ND. It will still shoot in C-Log2 and C-Log3 and hopefully display both of those things, because the Canon C200 does not display C-Log2, only C-Log3. It will shoot internally 420 8-bit, and it will export either over the HDMI or through a hard drive with this little port, the USB-C, much like the Sigma FP does, in 422 10-bit. So basically, if you want to shoot in 4K 422 10-bit, we don't have any idea of what the bitrate will be. You will need an external capture, either an external monitor or an external hard drive, which would be exciting. It will not have the in-body stabilization, the IBIS, that the C300 Mark III and the C70 have. No surprise there, that's kind of a premium feature. It will not do RAW as the C200 does. Again, no surprise there, because it's shooting to V90 SD cards, so the bitrate won't be high enough, but it won't export RAW either, which that isn't too much of a surprise. I don't know any camera except the Canon C500 Mark I that had easy, and maybe some of the C700s that had RAW out. The reason we're talking about the body shape difference is that it's rumored to run on LP6s, which are the little batteries that the Canon DSLRs run on, which I personally hate because most things go through them in a couple of seconds, but it will have dual LP6 slots, which I don't know how they could work out to put here. It'll probably go up into the handle like the DSLR does, or it will have a underbody carriage like were available for the 5D Mark II and Mark III. The rumor is also saying it will do 1080 up to 120 frames per second, probably uncropped, which is great news for people that want to shoot slow-mo. It makes a lot of sense for a smaller camera body, because it's a great thing to use as an action camera or a car cam, crash cam, any of those small places you can put things. I think the real critical detail for this camera is the price. If they can bring it in at around $3,000 or under $3,000, it could form as a gateway drug to the Canon cinema ecosystem, allowing people to get into cinema cameras with bypassing the whole DSLR, which are actually quite expensive for the video that they shoot. No doubt it will have the same great autofocus that's on the rest of the Canon cameras, but certainly will not have the dual gain output that this camera and the C300 have. As far as we know, the reason that it hasn't been announced earlier is because of COVID-related production delays. If you think of a camera like the C70, there may be a couple of hundred parts in there, but those parts are made from other parts, so there are thousands of individual pieces, and if one of those gets delayed because the company shut down, or it's been embargoed, or critical pieces can't get sent places because of COVID, then the whole thing gets held up. We saw this with the Canon C70 shortages that happened December, January of this year, where almost every major retailer was out of this camera, even though a lot of people wanted to buy it. So I think Canon is holding back to make sure that they can actually manufacture these things before they announce them and put them on sale. What about the rumored C90, which is going to be a C70 with potentially a full frame sensor and maybe some other bells and whistles like internal RAW? No word on that yet, but I think given the success of the C70, they will definitely be releasing other mini-sized, sub-sized cinema cameras as soon as they can get them to market. C70 Masterclass is underway at canonmasterclass.com. Please check there and sign up to be notified when pre-orders are available and when this class goes live. That is my breakdown of the latest C50 rumors. Hold on to your wallets. we will do another video as soon as we have hard details. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time.